If you have a luxury condo in Vero Beach and you're thinking about selling, the rules of the game have changed completely for you. Last year, properties in the upper end of the market were sitting. Buyers were taking their time. But in April, luxury condos priced between $1.5 and $2 million went under contract in a meeting of just 7 days. That's a 95% drop in time on the market. And it's not just the luxury condo market that's doing unexpected things. Across all of Indian River County, we're watching a massive shift in inventory and how buyers are paying for properties. And if you aren't paying attention to the actual data, well, then you're going to misprice your home. I'm Ronnie Dinsmore, broker associate with Link Real Estate and the team leader of Prestige Group here on the Treasure Coast. I do these updates every single month because you need the truth about what is actually selling, not national headlines that have nothing to do with our local neighborhoods. Today, we're looking at the April 2026 data for Indian River County, which covers Vero Beach, Sebastian, and Fellsmere. The buyer demographic here is different from what we've seen in St. Lucie and Martin counties. It's a little bit older, more financially established, and a lot less impulsive on the buyer side. They don't panic buy, and they don't overpay. Let's take a look at the single-family market first. For single-family homes in April, we had 277 closed sales. That's just over 6% increase compared to the same time last year. So demand is highly active. But here's the number that you really need to pay attention to. Almost 41% of single-family home buyers in Indian River County paid cash. That's 113 homes that sold that were bought with cash, not a mortgage. When you see the national news talking about how high interest rates are crushing the buyer demand, you have to remember that here locally, almost half of the market is completely immune to those interest rates because they're cash buyers. They have the capital and they're deploying it. And we're also seeing incredible movement in the single family luxury sector. For home values between $1.5 to $2 million, closed sales were up 125% year over year. But while buyer volume is up, the options they have to choose from is shrinking fast. In April, new listings coming onto the market dropped by 11%. Sellers are holding onto their properties, and because of that, our total active single-family home inventory has fallen below 12.5%, leaving us with exactly 1,146 homes on the market countywide. What does that mean for you? Well, it means that our month supply dropped nearly 17% total, down to 4.9 months. And remember, in real estate, 5.5 months supply is considered a balanced market. So now that we've dropped down to 4.9 in Indian River County, we are slowly but quietly going back into a firm seller's market for single-family homes. The days of buyers having endless options to choose from are drying up. Now let's go over to the townhouse and condo market. If you watch the news, you've probably heard that the Florida condo market is dead because of HOA fees and insurance premiums. But the data for Indian River County tells us a completely different story. Closed condo sales reached a nearly 21% increase in April, with 116 closed units. And remember how I said 40% of single-family homes were bought in cash? Well, the condo market had an absolutely staggering 77% of buyers paying cash. That's almost 80% of all condo sales. This makes perfect sense when you understand the market. Financing a condo right now in Florida is extremely difficult because of the strict lending rules regarding the structural reserves and insurances that are required. But buyers in Vero Beach, Sebastian, and the local areas are bypassing the banks entirely, so they're not having to worry about that. And total condo inventory plummeted by 25% year over year. Our month supply dropped from a heavy 14-month buyer market last year all the way down to just under 9 months at 8.9 today. It is still a buyer's market in condos, but that window is closing incredibly fast. And as I mentioned at the start of this video, the $1.5 to $2 million luxury condo segment is moving at lightning speed. They're going under contract in just 7 days for the median time. So with inventory shrinking across the board and cash buyers flooding the market, that would make you assume that prices are skyrocketing. But they're not. The median sales price for single-family homes actually dipped just about 2.5% to just under $380,000. The median price for a condo dropped nearly 4%, down to $275,000. And now, this is the most important takeaway for any seller that's watching this right now. Buyers are well funded, but they're not stupid. They're smart, patient, and they flat out refuse to overpay. Right now, single family home sellers are walking away with just under 95% of the original list price, while condo sellers are taking a little bit of a bigger hit with just under 92% of the original list price for their sales price. So to summarize, single family inventory is drying up and shifting back in favor of sellers. The condo market is clearing out the excessive inventory at a remarkable pace and driven almost entirely by cash buyers. And realistic pricing is the only way that you're going to get a deal done right now. So if you were thinking about making a move, you need to know exactly what your specific neighborhood or building is doing. My contact information is right below in the video. Give me a call or send me a message anytime. Also, be sure to check out my market updates for St. Lucie and Martin County to see how we compare to the rest of the Treasure Coast. I'm Ronnie Dinsmore with the Prestige Group over at Link Real Estate. Thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.